Okay, hi there. This class today, I had in mind what we do all week long. And for me specifically, with my programs, bootcamp HIIT and strength training, and then vinyasa yoga. I thought about that, and so I put together a program for restorative yoga with the body, places particularly that would get tight because of movement or strength training that we do during the week. So thinking about the glutes, hamstrings, hip flexors, your feet, your ankles. So today we'll work on all those areas, and also for upper body, shoulders and upper back. So we'll hit all of those areas, about 10 poses in total, and we'll finish with about 5 minutes of Shavasana and be on your way for the rest of the day. And I hope you feel awesome. Here we go. So let's start. Place your props off of your mat. One thing I thought about with the strap, if you do not have a yoga strap, you know something that would really work well is a bathrobe strap, sash, or a bathrobe belt, nice and soft, and would serve the same purpose. So if you have that available, maybe not not now, but next time, unless you're watching the recording and you can pause. I'm going to put on some music for myself just to be able to sink deeper in the restoration of the yoga practice. So all right. So let's come to, I had to use my pillow. My Aunt Koopy gave this to me. It was a big surprise. It's like, what is that? I've never seen a pillow like that before. Anyway, I like it. So you can place something underneath your head. Lie down on your mat, and as you see, I have my mat up against or near the wall. We'll finish also with a pose using the wall. So put your feet on the floor, your knees bent, and arms to your sides. Have space between your body and the arms, and close your eyes. You can let your knees tip in so you don't have to worry about holding them up. The knees resting on each other. Palms facing up or palms facing down. You can turn down, turn the palms down, or turn the palms up. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And then fully exhale that out through your mouth. Let that go. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale the air out. 2 more breaths like that. One more breath. Controlling the breath. And now roll over to your side and push up to a seated position. Place your pillow in front of your legs. Bring the legs over the bolster. Let me check and make sure that I'm on. And just sit up tall for a moment while I do this check. Doop, doop. Good. All right, it's on. Perfect. Back to the music. Okay, so legs over the bolster. And then slide your arms down your legs, grab your feet, and reach your arms. And then bring the hands up, the legs, hands behind the hips, and lean the shoulders back. Broadening through the chest, stretching the shoulders. And now walk your hands in and sit up tall. And then reach your hands down the legs again and reach forward, stretch the back. And then slide the hands up. Sitting up tall first, bring the hands behind your back and lean back. Tip the head back. And then sit up tall again. Bring it over. This time, turn your head right and left. And then up and down. Yes. Turn your head right and left. No. No, no, no. And then up and down. Yes, yes, yes. Slide your hands up, sitting up tall. Then bring your hands behind you again, fingers pointing toward you. Lean back. And then sit up. Bring your right hand to the outside of your leg and turn, just a light turn. Don't force anything right here, but lead with the pelvis. So kind of press down into the glute, turning your body. And then let's turn the other way. So reaching the opposite side of your leg, fingertip behind, and again, lead with the pelvis turning. So the twist is actually happening in the middle of your spine, but I want you to lead with the pelvis and then center. Good. All right, so now lean forward and let's hold this for 5 breaths. Reaching your arms, I think this is my favorite stretch. If your head feels uncomfortable, you can place a prop, blanket, or a block underneath your forehead. Or just have your head hanging right there between the arms. Feel the whole lower back, middle, upper back, shoulders stretch. Softening your breath or smoothing out your breath. Start to lift your head up. Place the block on the floor and move the bolster. We're going to start seated. So sit up tall. If you want to, you can actually put a blanket. This is comfortable for your lower back whenever your hips are up higher. It helps support the lower back. Bring your right foot onto the ankle on the foot on the thigh, right? So roll your shoulders back and sit up tall. Spread your toes and put your fingers between your toes if you can. It might take some work. There we go. Get that pinky toe out. Put your fingers between your toes. Yep. So the idea is that, we're always in socks and shoes. In the summertime, we're, have less often have shoes on, and your feet are fully stimulated with walking and movement. So I have you stimulating the toes by spreading them apart, the toe joint, and I want you to do a rotation. So you have to bring your foot over enough that you have space to move and rotate around. Now, so keep your fingers between the toes, like that. Maybe you want to support the knee as you do this rotation. Now, turn opposite way and rotate. Good. Little cracking. And then release that. Extend your leg out straight. Sit up tall. Opposite foot. Spread your toes apart. Get your fingers between your toes. Feel your foot. Yep. And then support your knee and then rotate your foot at the ankle joint. Our ankles support all of our movement, especially when we're exercising. So keeping them mobile, which is important. Reverse that. One more time. All right, so now extend that leg out straight and sit up tall again. Now curl your toes as much as you can and then spread them and pull them back. Curl and then pull them back. Do that 10 times, 10 more times. 9, up, curl, 8, just try, 7, 6, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, and then one more. Excellent. All right, relax the toes. Enough of stimulating and strengthening the toes, stimulating the toe joints, keeping mobility in those joints, right? That's important. So bring your right foot to the inside of your left knee or the left thigh. And then grab your strap. Place the strap around the ball of your left foot and slide your hands up and sit up tall. So your knee is out to the side. If that feels uncomfortable, put a block up underneath the knee for support. And then walk your hands down so that your arms are straight. Then slide your hands up and sit up tall. Then bend your elbows and tip your chest towards your thigh. So let's move through that range of motion 5 times. So your heel is on the floor. There's 4. Bend your elbows. 3, 2, 1 more. And then lift up. Good job. Now sit up tall. And again, bring your chest towards the thigh. And we're going to hold right here. If you want to, you can bring your hands down closer to your foot and point your elbows down. Relax your shoulders. Feel the back of your leg stretching all the way up into the calf. And then in the hamstring behind the thigh, all the way up to the glute. 3 more breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe in. Inhale and lift up. Slide your hands. Extend that leg out straight. And we're just going to change sides. Place your left foot on the inner thigh of the right leg. Or you move it down further and place something underneath your knee if you need to. Bolster or block or blanket. Then reach your hands down and bend your elbows and lean forward towards the thigh. Notice what you're feeling right there. Maybe it's different on this side. Tip your chest forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Good. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And then sit up tall. Make sure your toes are pointing straight up, your heel is on the floor, and then hinge forward, reach down closer to your foot, elbows point down, 5 breaths right here. Focusing on your body, staying with your breath. 2 more breaths, inhaling, exhaling, breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, lift up, slide your hands, and remove the strap. We're going to use this again. Move that over. Scoot off of your blanket if you are where you were sitting and slide that up so you can place your head on there and lower down, head on the mat. Pick your hips up and set them down evenly. Feel the lower back comfortably on the mat. And then extend out your right leg and your left leg. You want to grab your block or book. So a rather large book. It's probably like a Harry Potter book, right? Maybe. All right, so place your feet on the floor and then place the block between your thighs. Press into your feet. Your feet are parallel. Don't turn your toes out. Feet parallel. This is just to get a sense of feeling balance on your right side and your left side. Press your hands into the floor. Lift up your hips. So you're squeezing that block just slightly between the legs. Lift your hips. Squeezing the inner thighs towards the block, and then also concentrating on the placement of your feet, the inner arches of your feet, the arches. Press into your heels, press into your feet, your toes, breathing in, breathing out, inhaling. So this pose is really more of a yin type pose, less of a restorative pose, but we're just going to be here for 5 more breaths and then we'll take it to a restorative pose, kind of the yin and the yang of the practice. Keep lifting. Lifting, and then slowly lower down, and I'll grab the block or book, lift up your hips, place the block underneath the sacrum, and move it down if it doesn't feel like it's in the right place. If it's too high in the arch of your back, it's going to be super uncomfortable. If it's too low, you're not going to feel balanced. So just move it around until you feel like it's comfortable. In fact, the spacing for me is, so where the top of my waistband is on my pants, it's like about an inch if I measure with my fingers, an inch down from my waist, the top of my waistband. Clothes are different, people are different, but find the place where it is actually, comfortable and you feel like you're balanced and feel stable. Relax your shoulders and relax the jaw. So no tension in the upper body. Now lift up your right leg straight. Flex your foot. Point your toes towards you. Then lower your right heel to the floor. All the way down. Touch the floor with the heel. Nice. Feel the hip flexors stretch right there. And you want to pull your abs in, so abs below the navel, contract. Close your eyes, palms on the floor, and relax the arms. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift your leg up, bend your knee and set that foot down. Extend up the left leg, same thing on the other side. So first flex your foot, point your toes towards you, and then lower the left leg all the way down to the floor. Heel to the mat. So you can take in a deep breath, and then exhale that out. Then bring your awareness to the hip flexor, right in the front of the left hip. And breathe into that space, inhaling. Just bringing your awareness to that space as you breathe in, and then exhale that out. Soften into the pose. You can let your right foot or your foot go, so you're not flexing anymore. Just the leg is out straight and stretching the flexors. Palms on the floor. Inhale and lift your leg. Put your foot on the floor. Now extend out your right leg straight and your left leg straight, both legs out at the same time. Pull your abs towards, or pull your navel towards your spine. Or drawing the back towards the floor. So you've got some engagement of core muscles supporting the lower back. If you put your fingers on your tummy, you'll feel that the tightness or the muscles contracting. So my feet are flexed. You can let your feet go if you want to. And just feel the settling of the front of the hips, or the stretching of the front of the hips. And we're going to just hold this for 5 breaths again. Creating pliability, flexibility, and the psoas muscles. Awareness to that space as you breathe in and exhale out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Again, breathe in deeply. Exhale. Breathe in and slide your feet onto the floor. And then lift up your hips, remove the object underneath your hips, put it on the side. Then the counter pose, pull the knees into your chest, rock from side to side a few times. Grab your strap. Place the strap around your right foot. Place your left foot on the floor. Extend the leg up straight. So your toes point towards your shin. Reach up as high as you can. Shoulders on the floor. Maybe you have to let up on your leg. If you have trembling happening or if your leg is shaking, then let up. Don't hold so tightly that you're trembling. So stay right here. Your knee is pointing up, the left knee. Reach up as high as you can. Pull that leg in. I have the weight of my arms pulling my leg towards me. Good job. Now, Keep your foot flexed. Keep the leg where it is and start to slide out the left leg. So similar stretch on that left side as to when we had the block underneath the hip or the glutes. The legs extended, so hip flexors and hamstring stretching at the same time. So both sides of the body. We're going to take this leg, the right leg, to the outside, so to the right. Grab the strap with your right hand. Extend your left arm over to the left. Let your leg tip over to the right. And you want to turn your heel up and your toes down just slightly, not too much, just a slight tilt of the foot to make that extended leg to the side comfortable. Then turn your gaze over to the left, the opposite direction of your leg. Good. Then inhale and lift your leg up. Look up. Grab the strap with your left hand. We're going to bring this leg across the other way. If you want to, you can bend your knee and bring the leg across, or keep the leg straight. And as you do that, reach the right arm and look over to the right. I'm propping up on my elbow as like a kickstand. Your left foot goes to its side. Don't try to force your toes pointing up. You want to have that foot over to the side and reaching your leg out. You can actually have your thumb at your hip crease and press down to lengthen the hip away from you. And keep the leg straight, and then reach the arm over, breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Super good. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more breaths. Begin to lift your leg all the way up. Bend your knee. Pull that knee on the outside of your shoulder. Half happy baby pose. Place your left foot on the floor. Remove the strap. Figure 4 stretch. Or supine pigeon pose. Grab your foot. Press your right knee away from you. And then reach your left hand behind the hamstring. Pull that leg in. And then maybe reach through and clasp your fingers. Pull your legs in. Use your elbow to keep pushing to resist the knee away from you. And just hold this for a moment. You can let your left heel relax down to the glute. Normally you would flex this foot, but you can let your feet go. No need to flex, just hold the position. Stretching at the hip rotator on the right side, IT band along the glute. And then start to let that go. Place your feet on the floor. And we'll go to the other side, but before we do that, let's transition with knees side to side. Windshield wiper. Close your eyes. Feel the swaying of the legs, your lower back. Releasing, relaxing. And then place the strap around your left foot. Right foot on the floor, knee points up. Reach up the strap. You can even at the strap. Reach up, or the belt, or sash. So stay right here for a moment. The weight of your arms pulling your leg towards you. A slight bend in your knee, just a slight bend. Feel your hamstring stretch. Then you can extend out the right leg, heel to the floor. If you can, press the calf to the floor, but then let your foot go. Flexing the left foot down. Breathe in. If your leg is shaking, let up on the resistance or the strap. Then reach up and grab the strap with your left hand. Right arm out to the right side along the floor, and then tip the leg over to the left. Slowly and comfortably, and if there's a bolster or something over there, you can let your leg relax on there, or put your elbow down, propping it up. And again, turn your toes down and your heel up towards the ceiling. Turn your gaze towards the right, the opposite direction. And you can let your right foot go. Inhaling and lifting the leg up. Reach for the strap with the right hand. Then tip the leg over to the other side. So your hip lifts up, your lower back comes off the floor, your foot goes over, leg goes over, elbow on the floor to prop, or if you can, bring your foot all the way down, but don't force that. So this is stretching your lumbar spine, the QL muscle specifically across the hip, IT band. Reach the left arm over to the left and turn your gaze to the left. You can close your eyes. Let your right foot go. Then turn your head up, lift the leg, bend your knee, bring the knee on the outside of your shoulder, half happy baby pose. Hip flexor, you can press your hand into the top of that right thigh, stretching out the hip flexor. You can even kind of move your hand up and down just a little bit and give it a little massage at the top of the thigh. And then release your strap. Supine pigeon pose, place your ankle on your knee. First flex your feet. Reach your hands around, grab the thigh, pull it in. If you can't do that, you can grab around the foot and pull your foot in towards you, or your leg in towards you that way. But if you can, reach around and grab the thigh. You could also use a strap around the thigh right here. Then let your feet go. Use your elbow and push the opposite knee away. So get that nice stretch in the outside of the hip rotator. And then hold. Close your eyes. Taking time specifically to restore your body from the week. Your body appreciates it. It takes a lot to take time off like this and to take care of yourselves. Not many people do. But you are. Feel that success of just being here. Then let it go. Place your foot on the floor. And the other foot, tip your knees side to side. So we're about to transition to the wall. So scope out where you can place your mat, and we're going to bring the legs up the wall. So tip the knees over to the side and roll over and keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, and push up to a seated position. Then positioning your props for the wall, this for your head, and then you'll scoot. There's my feet. All the way up the wall. So if you bring your hip up to the wall and come down to your forearms like this, and then reach your legs up. So here's the thing about legs up the wall. You don't have to have your sitting bones all the way up to the baseboard. This is restorative. But if you've got the flexibility in your hamstrings, then you can get your sitting bones all the way to the baseboard and still feel comfortable and not shaking, then do that. But you don't have to you have to do it in relationship to your flexibility and your hamstrings. So if you've got really tight hamstrings, don't come all the way up to the wall. To a comfortable place, restorative yoga, right? Then bring the blanket underneath your head. Hands on the floor, out to the side a little bit so that you can rest them comfortably. You can turn them palms down or turn the palms up, like straight up. And turn your toes in towards each other. And I want you to tuck your chin and look towards the wall. Look between the thighs. This specifically when you turn your chin like that, or tuck the chin and turn your toes in, it relaxes the lower back specifically. Now relax the neck, relax the head, and just let your feet turn at whatever angle without resisting that. Then bring the soles of your feet together. There. And then if you slide down closer to your groin, you'll feel the stretch a little bit more. I find it's more comfortable for my feet on their edge against the wall to be down lower. Up higher, that's uncomfortable for me, so I bring my feet down lower. And then use your hands and press the knees out. And so we'll hold this for a few breaths. Bring the feet together, toes touching, press the knees out. And then as you press, your feet will open up like a book. Then bring the hands on the outside of your knees and pull your knees in together, legs together, and just stay right here for a moment in a ball. Pull the legs in. Close your eyes, relax the shoulders, breathing in and out. Now open your eyes and roll over to the side. Push yourselves up to a seated position and place your blanket right in the center of the mat. Bring your hands to the mat. Your knees are off. We're going to go into a shoulder stretch. Reach your right arm to the right and then reach through and set your shoulder down and then the temple on the floor. So your left hand just stays on the mat unless you want to take this further and bring your hand around to your lower back or maybe to the other side. So reaching the glutes towards your heels. Pull your elbow into the body. So don't flare the elbow, you want to pull it in. Then move your hand over and place it on the floor. Lift up your head. Place your right hand on the mat and then bring the left arm up and then bring it underneath, threading it through, shoulder on the floor. Put your forehead down or the temple on the floor. So bring your right hand around, place it on the back, or thread around and grab your thigh on the other side. Good. Now remove your hand, place your hand on the floor, lift up, and bring the blanket off of the mat, and we're going to lie on our stomach. So coming down to the mat, still thinking about all the stuff that you've done during the week in your fitness regimen. This class specifically created because of all the stuff we've done in boot camp and in yoga fit and yoga flow and also in strength training. Come up onto your forearms in Sphinx pose. Pull your navel off the floor, your belly button off the floor, press into the forearms and look forward. You can let your feet go back there, but lengthen the legs away from you. And breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling, press into your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. So you need to have space on the sides. Lower your chest down, pull your elbows out, lower your chest down, reach the right arm over to the right so it's out straight from your body. You're going to turn your head to the left. I've got to move my mic so I don't lie on it. And then you're going to roll over onto your side. So your arm is out to the side. We're stretching the front of the shoulder. So remember the last stretch that we did was stretching the back of the shoulder on that one side. Here stretching the front of the shoulder, rolling over. And then maybe you can put your left foot on the floor on the other side.
pointing your knee up. So you're going to tip back or tip over just slightly. Now, if your shoulder starts to feel uncomfortable, you can move your arm down just a bit. Otherwise, just keep that position. Your foot is flat on the floor. And other times when we've done this pose, you can actually reach over and grab your foot and get a quad stretch if you want to do that. Being very careful and mindful as you grab your foot. Point your knee towards the opposite foot. You don't have to do this part. But give that quad a stretch. Remember, this is an athletic yoga recovery. Meant for everyone, not just for people who have a sport or who work out regularly. Made for anyone. Now let your foot go. Extend that leg out straight. And then you're going to roll onto your belly. Good. Now come up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Press into the forearms, press into the palms. We're going to transition to the other side. So come down. You can see my arms out to the side, straight. Notice the difference in your mobility from shoulders, from side to side, or in your shoulders. So press your right hand into the floor and roll onto your side. You can slightly bend your the leg that's underneath so that you're more balanced, right? And then point your elbow up, and you can stay here. If you want to, bring your foot around the back side. Place your foot on the floor, right there. Or bring your heel to your glute, grab your foot, point your knee towards the other foot. So bring your legs closer together. Maybe you're feeling tightness in that quad. If you've got your foot, I want you to pull your abs in so your lower back is not getting cranked from holding your foot or heel to your glute. And then slowly let your foot go. Bring your right hand to the floor, your hand to the floor, and roll into your tummy. And then come up onto your forearms. Sphinx pose again. Navel away from the floor, toes on the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to go to our back for Shavasana. We're just in time. So bring your body up, bring your knees up underneath you. And I want you to use props in Shavasana. So sit on the mat. That looked really awesome. Coming off the mat. Use your bolster for your feet. So you can do Supta Pada Gostasana like this, or bring your feet over. Make sure if your feet are over that they're touching the floor. And then place the blanket where your head is. Put something over your shoulders if your room or air conditioning is on you so that you're comfortable and less distracted. Key thing with Shavasana is to take away as many distractions as possible and have a moment of meditation. So head on the floor, Relax your shoulders. So I want you to actually push into your elbows and lift your shoulders and set them down equally. Bring your arms to the side wide. Turn your palms up or palms down. Your feet on the floor, maybe they're touching each other or apart, but have them resting on the floor in some way. Your chin is neutral, so put something under your head if you feel that your chin is lifting up too much. You've done it. An hour of restoring the body. Meditation in motion. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale that out. So focusing on your breath, the next 5 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Do it again. And then exhale. And now bring your awareness away from your breath. The breath automatically happening. Focus to the body on the mat, placement. Overseeing the space where you are, in your room, in your house. From the top of your head, the crown of the head, down the brow, across the bridge of the nose, down to your lips, to your chin, tracing down the throat or the neck, the chest, across to the right shoulder and left shoulder, down both arms, relaxing down the chest and the belly softening. Relax the glutes, let them go. Relax down each leg. And then the feet. Start to move your fingers. Start to move your toes. Waking up the body, you can open your eyes. Place your feet on the floor or on the bolster. And then tip the knees over to the side and push yourself up to a seated position. You can sit on your bolster or your blanket, or just sit with no props. Bring your hands to the top of your legs and close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through your nose, everyone together. Big breath in. Feel we're all breathing at the same time in unison together. Exhale that out. Breathe in through your nose. And then exhale that out. Bring the edge of the hands, or bring the palms together. Edge of the hands to the mind's eye in thanks and in gratitude. Then bring the edge of the hands to the heart. The light in me honors the light in you. I bow my practice to your practice. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. Namaste. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing this class with me. I appreciate you, whether you're doing it live or doing the recording. Leave me your comments, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.